How's it going, everyone? So, we're here for another episode of Oddsparks. This one's going to be a little different than what our usual episodes are. I know for the most part I'm working on the quests or making a building. But this is actually a little bit of a special case. For those of you that might not know, the Oddsparks game itself, it's in early access at the moment. But this upcoming week, it's actually releasing its version 1.0. So very exciting stuff. You know, they're adding some more features, and they're having their official release. Part of that, at least from the notes they've given, involves the unfortunate side effect that our older save files might not be compatible with the new version. And so because of that, this world wouldn't be able to be continued if we want to continue with the new version. So it's not, I mean, it's not too bad. We got some progress in, but it's not a whole lot. We just started with the mountain area. And when I started this series, I knew this was coming up. I think after episode 1 is when they announced the version 1.0. And, you know, I went through with it. I figured it'd still be fun and just a chance to learn editing and such. I'm still practicing on it. But it's been a fun experience so far. And I figured, just as kind of like a farewell to this world, I'd do a mini world tour. We don't have a whole lot that we did anyways. But I figured, what the heck, why not? Just a chance to record where this world was before the 1.0 release. That said, I guess I did finish a few quests, so we might as well just turn those in. Kind of just put a bow on the experience here. Yeah, looks like we got logic gates now. This will be something to look forward to once we start the 1.0 gameplay. Looks like we got the woodsman and the quartermaster. I think I just unlocked paint there, but again, that won't be something to mess with until later. Zip lines, elevators, and cannons, that'll be very useful once we're working in the mountains. Okay, cool. And then we have, more logic gates. More path logic. And last but not least, the mayor. I guess let's see what the last little expansion was gonna be. Down here in this little corner over here, let's throw some sparks in here. Alright, and we got a new vendor. Got the scientist. And yeah, cool. I mean, this is something we'll hop back on once we're at 1.0. But, this will be cool. We'll have a timer, sensors, all that logic goodness. But I think that does it for the village for now. I guess there's still some quests that they'll be giving us. More things to collect. Divine researcher here as well. Yeah, he wants to give us a way to make more sparks. But yeah, I'm probably just not gonna collect the remaining quests. But like I said, just wanted to do a little just recap of what we got done. We explored all of the grassy area. We didn't set up infrastructure in all of them. In all the trees available. I think we got a few bunches here. The starting one. Right here we got another set. We found all the shrines here. I think we made just like basic, just like a barrel or a crate and just like a little collection. I'll go visit them right now, but just kind of a general. Yeah, and something I did off camera is I did explore past the mountains. I was kind of just curious to see what was out there. I didn't record it, but we'll see it in the 1.0. But I did finish the mountain. It's a little hard to see here just because, I might have actually missed this area now that I think about it. But yeah, I mean, we explored a good chunk of the map, or at least I think, because it looks like this map is pretty big. Let's say maybe a third of the map was explored. But overall, I mean, it was a good experience. Here we have our first shrine. We met our good friend Stumpy. Yeah, they filled up a lot of barrels. Oh, okay, not a lot of. Well, we got a lot of effort out of this little shrine, and of course we got the teleporter going. That was always useful. All our barrels of logs that I still don't know what I'm gonna do with, or I would have done with. Oh, and this was our etheric clump processor. Just down the ways here, we've got our infinite conga line here with the tree bark. I guess I never found a use for them, at least in this version, in this iteration. We've got our layers here of manufacturing. It was all set up pretty decently, I think. Yeah, we got some ladders, got some swords, got the panels there. I guess I could have done a little better with organization and buckets. I mean barrels. We got the system going on with the four saw benches. I guess this was a little slow, so I probably need more carry sparks. But I feel like this was a good infrastructure. We saw that with enough carry sparks we could handle 4 saw benches, and then of course from there we just kind of pass it along for refinement. We got our long path here for the swords. It looks like the swords are backed up because we're not actually using them fast enough. Yeah. And this is the system here for our stumpy production to turn into swords. And this is just our little temporary guy. I guess I was working in carry sparks last. I think this was pretty cool. I feel like we did pretty good use of the 2 loggers. Further down, we've got this teleporter that isn't always active, I think, because... Or maybe it is, maybe it's fast enough now. But there's the period of time where it couldn't turn on. It wasn't on at all times because we weren't feeding it enough logs fast enough. We did have the rocky area over here. I'm just trying to get there. There we go. Yeah, I mean, this would have been the next step in our little journey. But, for the moment, I mean, we got pebbles, a lot of pebbles. We got our stone plates. But it was a start. Yeah, we had our limestone processing there. Yeah, I mean, this is all we got done with stone, but I mean, this is probably just the very beginning of the stone phase. I mean, the stone area is so huge, and then you've still got an outer area past that, so there's still plenty of game. Plenty of game to go through. And like I said, it's exciting. We'll see what 1.0 brings, what changes it makes. It sounds like they're introducing new mechanics as well. Here's the etheric distiller. We actually make sure to pick up our stumpies this time around, so there's no one there waiting around. We've got the flying Stumpy troop. Yeah, I probably cleaned them out earlier, but you know they put in the effort. It was a nice little way of gathering the Aether crystals, just kind of passively in the background. You know, it saved me a trip to have to go out and find spunnies or the Beelephants. And then we've got our rope production. You know, this went really well. Yeah, we've got too many barrels of rope now. And we've got fertilizer in the works too, so you know this would have kept going as well. Lots of leaves, lots of what is this tree bark? Tree bark. But yeah, there's like I said, it took us 5 episodes, or I guess 4 episodes to get to this fifth one, but we we got through it. And you know, just thanks for sticking around as long as you have. I I really I am looking forward to the 1.0 release. Looking forward to seeing what changes the devs might introduce or might implement. And you know, hopefully you're back for whatever comes up. Anyways, yeah, this one's probably just gonna be a shorter end of the video. I don't want to drag it on for too long. But thanks once again. Until next time. Or I guess I'll see you once the 1.0 drops.